Do you ever get embarrassed by some of the storylines?
Yeah,
some of them are. They do get a bit.
I mean, in a good way. I mean, I think in the same way that Archie would get embarrassed. I think, yeah, there's stuff that even I'm kind of like I get embarrassed easily anyway. So, but even as an adult, it's still sort of like anything to do with sex and sexuality. I think most people get a little bit sort of blush a bit and that kind of thing, a bit shy about. So, but yeah, I do. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, the series is crammed full of stuff that is designed to embarrass you. That's all about the stuff that's what the show's about. It's about all those things that as a teenager and secretly as an adult still embarrass you. So.
Yeah, when you get the script, so you're just going, oh no, what do they have me doing?
No, it's the opposite actually. I think the more embarrassing the stuff, the better. The more kind of like, because that's the meat of it, isn't it? That's kind of getting into all the stuff that you felt as a teenager, and So no, I've never kind of there's few things that I've flicked through and gone, oh god, I have to do that now. It's all been good, yeah.
What about the fashion and the sets this year? Is it very much set in its time? And
Archie's got costume-wise has made a leap in the last 2 years, and there's a lot of like 70s influence stuff that he's wearing now, which I think is to do with him kind of. He's come out and now he's going his own way, and so he's separating out from the kind of typical. I think it's of the late 90s, but he's finding his fashion feet now.
Katie is kind of really cool. She's so her costumes are like of the moment. She's very on trend. Her hair, makeup, and everything like that. I thought they were wicked. I mean, I remember I was about 11 in real life in 1998, I think, or something like that. Can't do the maths, but I remember all those clothes, and I remember people's living rooms looking like that in the set. So I'd walk into an interior and just be like, wow, this is like when I was a little girl and you'd go around someone's house for tea. This is how people's houses looked, without there's no laptops anywhere, there's no mobile phones. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think the costume designer is amazing, and I felt like I was putting some really cool stuff, so yeah, it was great.
It's almost unsettling that your own lifetime is being a period piece in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like vintage 90s now, and it's like, oh man, like the kids are all like, oh, back at like I would look at the 80s or the 70s, you know. I was born in the 80s, so maybe the 70s. It's like kids now are that's kind of like it's a vintage period, which is insane.
How involved is the real Ray on set, or if at all?
Well, she lives in, I think, Tasmania.
Oh, okay.
She lives in Australia for sure.
Right.
So she's quite geographically quite far away.
She didn't pop down.
No, it was that would have been difficult to do. I feel very lucky that I've got to meet her. I met her last, I think, doing the press for the first series, and she's lovely. And in the sense that she's Ray, her stamp is still all over the show, I think, and I hope she's very happy with series 3. So I think her influence is everywhere in terms of the style and the kind of the whole vibe of it. And I'm sure Sharon was still speaking to her. But yeah, in terms of her presence, she wasn't there on set while we were shooting. Okay. Do you find yourself getting recognised all around the world then? I got recognised in Thailand. That was a bit of a shock.
Surreal.
Yeah, it was surreal. Weirdly, I get recognised more abroad than I do here. I don't really get. Maybe, yeah.
But you're like Clark Kent because you don't have the glasses.
The glasses.
It makes a difference though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Clark Kent and not so Superman, yeah.
And Faye, you've been in a lot of hit shows as well, big shows. I mean, do you find yourself getting recognised?
I usually look so different in these shows. Like, the film that I did, Pride, I had this bright orange hair and my head was all shaved, so no one ever recognises me from that. It's bizarre. Not really, no. I still get the tube. I just blend in. I guess the ones that people do get me for, maybe Fresh Meat or Doctor Who, they're the ones that I generally get seen for, but not really, no. It's kind of quite nice because I get quite shy about all that kind of stuff, so I just crack on and yeah.